good evening, YouTube. It's your boy Humble Warrior checking in with you. Wanted to talk about an ongoing subject that continues to, I guess, be a theme. Is the Tyreek Hill trade and the media basically bashing Tua Tagovailoa. The media, the fan base, a lot of people included in this saga. For me, as a Tua supporter, I see the potential in the kid. I see what he can actually be. I don't know why everybody else tends to throw dirt on his name or call him a bum or call him trash. Does he have, subpar games? He has. But do I think he can play better? Absolutely. I think he's gonna be a stud. I think his first 2 years, given what he had to deal with, to say that he's anything other than a good quarterback would be an insult. He's not below average. He's not average. He's a very good quarterback. Now he just has to take the next step to become elite, which I believe he can do. I have real high regard for Tua because I've seen what he done in college. And I know for a fact, as long as you believe in what he can do, he can elevate your team to the next level. He can do that for you. But you got to be willing to invest in him, which is exactly what Mike McDaniels and the Miami Dolphins did. Chris Greer went out there and got him Terron Armstead and Tyreek Hill and Cedric Wilson and Chase Edmonds. They gave him weapons now, and people keep saying, "Oh, this is to a final opportunity." Who made you the general manager of the owner? We're projecting that this year he'll put up 4,000 plus yards, maybe even surpass 30 touchdowns, which would be a stellar. It would actually give the Dolphins exactly what they need at quarterback. But it all depends upon his health. If they just keep him healthy and upright, he'll do that. He'll produce the numbers. The numbers will come. Now, my whole thing to this video is the Tyreek Hill trade, which sent shockwaves through the NFL because the Dolphins now got a literally nuclear explosive receiver. Literally, that's what he is. He can literally shift defenses all throughout the league. He could shake them up real bad. But I feel as though the media and other platforms have taken this opportunity to throw shot after shot after shot after shot at Tua. For what? I don't know. But it's getting annoying because it's like you wasting all this time and energy coming after this kid, and what are you gaining out of this? So bashing him does what for you exactly? Because to me, if he ends up making you look foolish, then you're going to have to retract your words, for one. For two, it shows that the lack of faith that you actually had him from the beginning, ever since he was a rookie. Which, what's his name? Trevor Lawrence was the number 1 overall pick. And he sucked this year. And nobody said a word about Trevor. Nobody said anything. Nobody has came out yet and bashed Trevor Lawrence and said anything negative about Trevor. Nobody. But Tua's in year 2. After year 2, everybody's ready to move on. Everybody's ready to beat him up. Everybody's ready to say he's a bust, he's bomb. He can't throw out of the light of day. He's trash. He's slow. He can't read defense. He can't do this. He can't do that. After 2 seasons, all of a sudden now he can't be a quarterback. He can't perform at that level, which to me blows my damn mind. I'm like, Baker Mayfield had 4 years in the league, and he has 3 subpar seasons. Well, he was straight up garbage. And Skip Bayless would get on the TV, on his platform, and would defend Baker Mayfield to the fullest by explaining an 11-game stretch in which he was rated the number 4 best quarterback in the league, which has nothing to do with him being a good quarterback. Nothing. It's 11 games. It's just 11. That's all he can hang his hat on. And his rookie year, he won 7 games. And they didn't make the playoffs. They didn't make the playoffs the last season. And he credits Baker Mayfield for that game. When if you watch the game, the running game and defense gave him that win. Baker just didn't screw it up. But Baker takes all the credit for that dub. He takes the credit for the 11 game stretch he had where they were beating teams. When he went 8-3. He takes a lot of credit for that too. When I last saw it, the running game and the defense actually should have took the most credit. because they were a balanced offensive attack. But I said all that to say this. Another guy was saying that Tua's no better than David Mills and Mitchell Trubisky. Are you serious? To say that, man, is an absolute slap in the face of that kid. In the AFC, he's better than Zach Wilson, Derek Carr, David Mills, Mitchell Trubisky, Mac Jones, in my opinion. Who else is it? Ryan Tannehill, definitely better than him. He's better than, I can't think of all the teams on top of my head. I'm trying to go through them. Trevor Lawrence. Who else? Whoever Indy's quarterback's gonna be, he's better than them. To me, he's better than Carson Wentz, but he's in the NFC now. We're strictly talking about the AFC. AFC wise, I just named like 7 or 8 quarterbacks that he's already better than in the AFC. And the majority of them start. I didn't say Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow, you know, the obvious 3 that people talk about. But if he just, to me, all he has to do this year is put up the numbers, put up 300-yard games, at least, if not at bare minimum, at least 7 times put up 300-yard games, and then from there, hell, go for 400-yard games, go for one, 450-yard game. That would shut up a lot of people. Have your numbers be consistent, where you passing down the field effectively, and go for the throw. Go for the throw. And a lot of people will start to shut up, because to me, it sounds like everybody's feeding into this foolish ramification that Tua's not the answer. Tua's just an average guy. But when you watch the games, especially the games last season, a lot of them games came down to the wire, and a lot of times he was able to provide that spark to get them over the hump to win. His rookie year, the games that they were in, the defense gave up and just completely got exposed. The Tennessee Titan game, the defense gave up on him. They gave up. Then the coach put the ball in his hand and made him throw it 38 times. Well, they didn't even have to throw the ball 38 times. They could have easily just, relied on Duke Johnson in that game, because he was on a roll. They couldn't tackle him. They damn sure couldn't stop him. But because Brian Flores wanted to flex his muscles, he had Tua not throw the game, but he had Tua throw the Dolphins out of that game. From 38 pass attempts, and he barely had 200 yards. That's not proficient at all. But I can't blame him, because his running game, they abandoned it. They forced him to throw the ball in the rain and the wind. And then when he fumbled the ball twice, then it was, he got little hands, he got this, he got that. He can't hold on to a wet football. How many people you know that really can? I'll wait. Like I thought. Now, to me, it would make more sense if Tua had no real production his rookie year to a sophomore year. If he did nothing, if his numbers did not change, let's say if he threw 1,814 yards. His sophomore year, he only threw for 1,640 yards. That's a drop in production. That means he's regressing. But he didn't do that. He threw for over 2,600 yards, which means he had an 800-yard increase. From one season to the next, 800 yards. So with that being said, he can produce. He can get better. Now, I would like to see his interception drop, because he went from 5 to 10, but in his first 20 games, he only threw 11 interceptions, which was 4th least among, I think it was like a few quarterbacks that played their first 20 games. And so with that being said, he has the knowledge to produce. And just, people have to understand that you at least have to try to build around him. Putting out this notion that he can't pass deep, He can't do this, he can't do that. That's the stupidest thing ever. Well, most people don't even watch him play. They watch the highlights, which is like 2 or 3 clips of maybe a pass here and there, or they'll watch Jalen Waddle, do majority of the work. What they don't show you is what he does in the pocket, how he can maneuver and manipulate people, and how he can get what he wants out of a defense in a certain set to produce a first down or a touchdown. This is what they won't show you. They won't tell you about how he was able to fool a safety or whatever. They won't speak on that because it doesn't fit the narrative. It doesn't work for what they're trying to put out there. So they have to get his bad takes together, which ain't but a handful of them, and put them out there for people to see him. Which to me makes no sense, because if you're gonna really villainize him that bad, you might as well try to find something else to do. Because regardless, he's still a Dolphin. And now they're talking about trading him for, a reporter was like they should trade him for Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy G's in a perfect situation. Why would he come to Miami? Just saying. Why would he come to Miami? And on top of that, you'd be asking him to learn on the fly what they're doing in Miami. So, with that being said, man, quit the dumb stuff. This is really the Tua narrative, or they call us Tua nears, the Tua stands, or whatever. We know talent when we see it. We know he's gonna become elite. Now this 3rd year, I believe he's gonna take a big jump. As I said before in all my other videos, as long as he stays healthy, he's gonna give you exactly what you've been waiting for 2 seasons when you didn't put nothing around him. He gonna give you exactly what he want. Exactly what you want. Constant highlights, big throws, big completions, touchdowns. And once they get that, I don't even think the fan base really it's gonna be a lot of them happy, but it's always gonna be a few of them. Well, he did that against busted coverage. He did that against such. He did it against one-on-one coverage. Well, who recalls the Kansas City game where he threw it between 3 defenders, and Mike Krzyzewski caught it? Or he threw the ball to Devontae Parker, who was literally glued on his hip with a corner, and he threw it to only where Parker can get it, and he brought it down, and he unwrapped and stuff. But sorry about that, guys. I get tired, so yeah. But that's it for me, guys. Disregard the sleeping part. I don't know why the hell I just fell asleep. I just be getting tired, but let me know what you think. I'm just hoping that he stays healthy, that he's able to put up numbers, especially the first 6 weeks. If he shows that consistency over the 6 weeks, and he's able to beat majority of the competition that he's gonna face, and they're like 6-0 or 5-1, I think a lot of people are gonna come off of him. They won't have a choice. And then if he leads them to the playoffs and maybe a nice little playoff run, a lot of people might change their tone. Now I don't want people to become a fan of his, because to me that's being fake. You one way, now you back to being another. So I just want you to show him love, because he earned it. If once he earns it, hey, there's no getting it back. Ain't no getting it back. But, alright guys. Peace.